Hi, fourth grade, and welcome back to Math, Mr. G. I'm here to work with my students at the Syracuse Academy of Citizenship. Today we're going to be going over our next Zearn lesson, which is Zearn Mission 11. Sorry, Zearn Lesson 11 on Mission 6. And we're going to go over first what you can expect on the lesson, and then we're also going to go over some examples from this lesson so you guys can be prepared for it. So if you have a whiteboard or marker or pencil or paper, please grab that now. Okay. Let's look here. So we have a simple short answer response that is going to be pretty common in what you do today. So it's asking us to find the sum and then write our answer as a decimal. So first and foremost, I'm going to underline this word here, sum. This is one of our big clue words. Sum just tells us to add. And easy enough for us, it's already written here. But when this is a longer word problem without this written here in standard form for you, understanding that sum means addition is really important. So we're going to add this. But here's the issue we have here. You can see that we have tenths and hundredths. We can't add that. Okay, you can't add tenths to hundredths because they're not the same size. They're not measured the same way. Just like you can't add, gallons to pounds, right? They're two completely different measurements. So what we have to do is we have to convert the tenths into hundredths. And the easiest way to do that is to write out our 4/10 and to remember our rules of fractions. We want this to now be in the hundredths, right? So I'm thinking to myself, how can I get 10 to 100? Well, very simply, you can just multiply by 10 on the denominator and the numerator, and then bring those answers across. So 10 times 10 gives me that 100 that we already have, and then 4 times 10 gives me 40. So 4/10 is really equal to 40 hundredths. Now I can add. So I'm going to add my 34 hundredths, and we'll see what we get. Now, as per the usual rules of fractions, the denominator, when adding, you don't actually add them. It's not 200. It's just telling you how many pieces are cut up into. We're not changing that. So it's still out of 100. And I'll fix that 0 so it looks more like a 0 and less like a 6. Good. Okay, now I can just add 40 plus 34. So I'll do it over here. Some of us are able to do this as mental math, but it's always good to write it out just to double check because I make mistakes all the time myself, even when I'm doing this too quickly. So I like to write it out vertically and double check. So 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So 74. So 74 hundredths. Now, while that is the first part of what we're looking for, it's not all we're looking for. So we found the sum, check. Now we have to write our answer as a decimal. So I'm going to write this on here, 74 hundredths is equal to, they want it as a decimal. So, of course, we need a decimal. And we're out of the hundredths, so we know there's going to be 2 decimal places. Bring your 7 over in the tenths, 4 over in the hundredths. So your answer is 74 hundredths as a decimal. And I'll underline our answers here in red so that when we review this later as a screenshot, we'll know what to look for. So again, just to review what the steps are for this, you need to first convert the tenths into hundredths, add them, remembering our rules for fractions, including the denominator and the numerator, find the 74 hundredths, and then convert them into a decimal. So 74 over 100 equals 0.74, or 74 hundredths. This is what you're going to be expecting to see today in your Zearn lesson. There shouldn't be anything more complicated than that, but if there is, of course, you can go back into your guided practice on Zearn to practice and to review what you need for that Tower of Power. Of course, you can review this lesson and any other lesson before this, which will also help you. And if that's not enough, please reach out to us and we can help you the best we can. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and have a good day.